Hello, everyone. This is your APA coaching session for week 3. As I grade this week and have looked over your discussion boards, I really want to talk a little bit more about in-text citations and proper APA skills because, like anything, like any skill, APA needs to be honed and developed, and as you become more experienced with using it, it'll become easier. But I would also say that UMUC and many other universities will reduct points when you consistently make citation errors in your assignments and postings. So it's important to get it right, and there's many resources to help you. So let's get started with just reviewing some of the common challenges I see. So first of all, this is an incorrect citation. It's from a website of St. Jude's, and there's a couple of things wrong with this. One is it's easy to tell that this was directly quoted, and there's no quotation marks around it. Second, in the reference, in-text reference list here, we just see the author. There's no date, and more importantly, there's no page or paragraph number. The last thing is the whole citation is put after the punctuation. It goes before the punctuation. So let's look at what it could have looked like. We could have said something like this, according to St. Jude's website, and then put our words in direct quotes, including the author, the date, and the paragraph number. Now, what is that paragraph number? Maybe you've never seen it. Okay. Para stands for paragraph. And quotations from websites and web documents usually don't have page numbers. So what you do is you count down from the top of the message to the text you desire to directly quote. And that will be the number you place in your in-text citations for direct quotes. And you must use quotation marks when you directly quote. And of course, I think we all know that ND stands for no date, but do your best to try to find a date within a web document. I'm going to show you an example here. This is the actual St. Jude's website. And as you can see, I'm counting down paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and you want to do that to make sure that you point your reader to the website paragraph where you got your information. So even better, paraphrase, right? We don't want to be direct quoting kings and queens. We want to shape the information we read into our own words. And it's better to do that. So here's an example of what the content said on the webpage, but I put it in my own words. And when you paraphrase, you do not need quotes and you do not need a paragraph or page number. As you can see, it's just written the author and the date. So let's look at also at some common reference list mistakes. It's just kind of APA hygiene, and I want to give you some tips here. Most common problems are not correctly italicizing information within the reference list. So this is now reference list citations. Here's a great example from one of the student in a previous course, and it looks like it's correctly cited, but notice the title is not in italics. Here is how to properly cite a reference list in APA, and notice here the article title is italicized, so it would look something like this. Do you see this very slight difference? It counts when it comes to points, and you know what? It's a standardized academic reference process, APA. So let's try to work on it and reach out if you have any questions. I would also say my best helpful tips include the following. If you need to discuss something within a document and you want to point the reader to the author, say something like this, according to Johnson or St. Jude's, and put the publication year. You can also say, as Johnson, 2018 described, you could say things like that. You could say Johnson and Smith, 2013 contended, and then you put your information following that. I often use as Johnson's 2011 study revealed if you're discussing data, or a research assignment or some type of study. So these are some helpful tips that allow you to communicate well using APA. I'm going to post some additional resources as an announcement and, reach out. Like I said, don't go it alone. Okay. Hope to see your improved APA citations in the weeks to come.